Today, we're diving into a book that truly changed the game for so many people, The Automatic Millionaire by David Bach. We're going to break down its simple, incredibly powerful system for building wealth, a system that's all about making it an effortless background process, not some daily struggle.
But first, let's just get real for a second. Have you ever felt like getting ahead financially is just this endless fight? A constant battle of willpower where you have to say no to things all the time and stick to some super rigid budget? Yeah, most of us have been there. So in this explainer, we're going to map out a totally different path. We'll start by tackling what Bach calls the discipline delusion. Then we'll uncover the automatic solution. From there, we'll build your action plan, see how it applies to big things like debt and homeownership, and finally, we'll land on this beautiful idea, set it and forget it. All right, first up, the discipline delusion. This is so important because we're going to get to the bottom of why most traditional financial advice, honestly, just sets you up to fail. Think about it. The old way of doing things puts you in a head-to-head battle with your own willpower. And let's face it, willpower is, well, it's tough. It's inconsistent. One day you're strong, the next day you're not. It's just stressful. The automatic approach completely flips that on its head. It's not about willpower. It's about having a system that's easy, consistent, and just runs in the background for you. So if white-knuckling it with willpower isn't the answer, then what is? Well, that brings us to the core game-changing idea of the whole book, the automatic solution. And it all kicks off with this really simple but profound concept that David Bach made famous, the latte factor. The whole idea is that those tiny, everyday expenses, the ones we barely even notice, they actually hold the secret key to building a massive fortune over time. Just picture it, that small daily expense. It could be your fancy coffee, maybe a snack you grab from the vending machine, a soda, whatever it is for you. Let's just put a number on it. Say 200 rupees a day. On its own, that feels like nothing, right? Okay, now watch what happens when you just automate that. That 200 rupees a day turns into over 70,000 rupees in a single year. Not bad, right? But here's where the magic really kicks in. Thanks to compound growth, in 10 years, you're looking at over 12 lakh rupees. And in 30 years, that small daily habit becomes a crore. A crore. That is the unbelievable power of automating small, consistent investments. So the big question is, how do we actually capture that latte factor magic and put it to work? Let's get practical and build the system with a super clear automatic action plan.
The whole thing is built on 3 super simple pillars of automation. Number 1, you have to pay yourself first, before anyone else gets a single rupee. 2, automate your debt payments so they just vanish over time. And 3, automatically build up that all-important safety net, your emergency fund.
And to do this, you have to make a really powerful mental shift. You have to stop thinking of savings as what's left over at the end of the month. Instead, you treat it like your most important bill. It's non-negotiable, it gets paid first, every single time, automatically, no excuses. And putting this into practice is way easier than you might think. You just set up automatic transfers for, say, 10 to 15% of your income right on payday. You can use payroll deductions to fund your retirement so the money is gone before you can even touch it. You schedule automatic SIPs for your investments. You automate contributions to your emergency fund. See, you're literally building a wealth machine that just runs itself. Okay, so your savings and investment machine is humming along nicely. Now, let's take that exact same logic and apply it to managing your biggest debts and building your biggest assets. First off, the book makes a really strong case for homeownership. It's not just about having a place to live. It's a key accelerator for your financial freedom. It's basically a way to force yourself to save and build equity over the long haul. And look how powerful this automation idea is for huge goals like this. Let's say you have a 30-year home loan. By doing something as simple as automating 1 extra payment per year, you can shave off years from that loan. In this case, about 4 years, and you save a ton of money in interest. And it all happens quietly, automatically, in the background. Okay, so you've found your latte factor, you've built the automated machine for your savings, your investments, and your debt payments. Now comes the final step, and honestly, it might be the hardest one. Learning to trust the system you've built and just get out of your own way. The whole goal here is long-term discipline through, inaction. You put your money into simple, diversified funds. You completely fight that temptation to react to scary market news by buying or selling out of emotion. You check in on your system maybe once a year just to make sure it's still on track with your goals, but you absolutely do not mess with it every day or every week. You just let the system do the heavy lifting for you.
And this is the ultimate payoff. This is the promise of the entire system. When you get this right, when you have the proper systems in place and everything is running on its own, building wealth is no longer a question of if. It just becomes a question of when. It's inevitable. It's no longer optional. So, I'll just leave you with this one question to chew on. What's your latte? What is that one small, recurring expense that you can decide to automate today, right now, to start building your own path to financial freedom?